to college. You might not have her in the physical everyday sense.
We lost her.
You're being ridiculous. I mean, she's still your daughter. She'll be home on vacations.
She's gone. Vanished. Poof.
You mean she's an eternal missing person?
In a sense.
Martin, she's either missing or she's not missing. We're not having a metaphysical dialogue.
We have a problem with her. That's really why we came here tonight, Barbara and David. That's really what we have to discuss.
So just tell us. Don't hide anything from us. You know how we feel about Sarah.
We have a problem with her.
Maybe academic problems?
Something with drug? Or sex?
If we hadn't been stuck with Mom, we could have seen it coming. We could have done something.
I don't think so.
Of course we could have. Absolutely.
Hey, Trudy, what exactly are you trying to get to here?
Martin, tell them. Tell my sophisticated sister and brother-in-law.
Trudy.
She's been upset. It's been a difficult week since we found out.
Martin, what precisely is the matter?
All right. For the past couple weeks, whenever we call Sarah at her dormitory...
Which is about how often?
Twice a day.
Jesus Christ!
Twice a day?
I told you.
No, but really.
Guys, you have got to give that kid some air.
She's our only child.
That's not the point.
Forgive me, David, but you can't understand the strain, the worry.
Well, I can already imagine the payoff for this.
No, you can't.
David, just let Martin finish.
So whenever we call Sarah at the dormitory, some other girl answers that tells us that she's in the library, or she's studying, or she's eating, or whatever. She's never there. After an interval, she calls back.
Well, there you are.
The last time we spoke with her, she said we were hounding her. We should leave her alone.
Can you imagine?
She said we were treating her like a child. It was embarrassing her in front of her friends to have her parents calling her twice a day.
Well, I'm sure it is quite embarrassing.
Oh, please. Let Sarah run amok. She's 18 years old, right? She's old enough. Tell me that.
It's true.
She also said we were keeping tabs on her, and that she resented it.
What time do you usually call?
In the morning around 7:30 and at night around 11.
And she got the impression you were keeping tabs?
Last Wednesday, we called her at 2:30 in the morning. She got very upset.
I'm not surprised.
Was she in at 2:30?
No, she was taking another one of those showers. That girl must be clean as a whistle.
She may have been out late.
A shower at 2:30 in the morning? We're supposed to believe that? She thinks we're idiots!
Through them, Martin. Can I say something? I mean, really say something?
I've never been shy, David.
Madame Philip, which is another way of being shy. I mean, despite my nasty tongue, I don't like your bone and honesty. You're family.
Thank you. We appreciate that, David.
On the particular issue of your daughter, however, I must tell you that you are completely deranged.
I agree.
David!
Let me finish. Now, Sarah might well have been taking a shower at 2:30 after writing a paper that was due the next morning, or being out with some friends, having a beer, or smoking dope. Whatever you do in Buffalo when you're 18. And God forbid, your worst suspicions are true, and she wasn't in the doorbell hole, by writing in some boy's house, tipped off that he called by a comrade on her floor. I submit, so what? I realize that it's not going to be easy for you to accept it, but Sarah is not going to be virgin much longer. And indeed, may not be right now. Sarah is extraordinarily attractive girl, with her amazing body, as I'm sure you recognize. And I'm quite sure she's very popular with the boys. You'll have to live with it.
Are you finished?
I hope I wasn't out of the line.
We wish it was just what you said, David. We wish it was just that simple.
Wait a second, it isn't?
Sarah is living with two men on Bogle Avenue in downtown Buffalo. She hasn't stepped foot in her dorm in a month.
She hasn't gone to class either.
She's living with two men?
Living with, meaning actually...
It's not that she's living with some boy and he has a roommate. She's living with both.
They call it a menagerie.
Menage a trois.
All right, well, you would know better than we would.
It usually refers to two women and one man, one of the traditional male fantasies. I'm at age.
I see. Apparently, Sarah's taken on both these characters. One, boy named Billy from Syracuse, the other a Peruvian named Gonzalo.
I still remember the Paddington Bear we gave her.
Her last words on the phone to me were, "I live for sex. Everything is sex."
I spent my entire life looking for a girl like that.
David!
I'm sorry, it just takes my brain away.
I had heart palpitations when she told me this, as you can imagine.
Martin was white when he came back to bed. I mean, Martin's always white, but this was pure white.
Well, does she at least like these boys? Or is it just for...
She says they're very close.
She told me what they do all day. Quite the story.
Martin, spare yourself.
First, she and the Irish boy, what do they call that?
Heads.
Martin, please. I really don't want to hear this.
First, she has heads with the Irish boy. Then she turns around and has heads with the Peruvian. Sometimes she has heads with both of them.
I can't imagine how she does that. Can you, Bob?
Then, they actually just go out for lunch.
It was just a morning?
I live for sex now. I live for sex.
This is absolutely staggering.
I thought Sarah was precocious, but I must say,
You told her to go away to college. You encouraged this.
I thought it was a good idea. I still do.
Yeah.
Martin, tell them what else she said.
This is obviously very painful for Martin.
No, you should know it all. You always thought of Sarah as your daughter. You were her liberated parents with none of the responsibility.
You took her to see that filthy Picasso show.
Oh, please. Thousands of people saw us painting. It's just hard to open the door this. And they went home to their wives, their husbands, and their children.
Trudy, I resent any implication that we are somehow responsible for this.
I'm sorry. I'm just upset. It's just it. David, maybe I'll take a little scotch. Just put it in there, it's fine.
Good morning. It's 7:45. You sure you're not going to take any Head Start?
No, I've always been a very self-disciplined person.
This is a uniquely stressful situation, Martin. We completely understand.
All the more reason for me to keep my self-control. She told me things. You know what she said she liked the best?
This you won't believe.
You know, I'm finding this a little more masochistic on your part, going over and over this debating conversation.
I agree.
She's your niece. You should know.
So you'll understand our decision.
What decision?
So at the close of this conversation, my little daughter, who once loved oatmeal cookies and milk the best, now tells me that her favorite thing is when these two boys spritz all over her breasts.
Oh,
Then she grabs their...
Martin, please!
Where exactly is broken happen?
David!
What would you do with a daughter like that?
Wash up her chest for openers.
David! God!
Oh, it's a blessing to have a sense of humor. To be able to laugh at other people's tragedies.
It's not tragedy, not yet.
She's not your daughter, that's why it's not a tragedy.
Listen, I understand your concern, but I'm sure it will pass.
When?
She will get bored with it.
She's gonna get bored with this? With two guys? Then what? Horses? Cows?
Martin, I will imagine that any kind of lifestyle is going to be a really long shot. But I'm sure she will shake this out from her system and resume her life. And leaving her alone is going to really be help.
I agree. She's just flaunting her sexuality.
You think we should just wait it out?
I certainly don't think you should be calling her twice a day. I think you should sit her down and you should talk to her and tell her that what she's doing is giving her a distorted view of sex, but don't be a scold about it.
If she was involved with drug, I will be more concerned.
We appreciate your advice, really.
Trudy and I felt it was important for you to know the background of the situation, so you'd understand.
Understand what?
Our decision.
What decision?
I feel, and I know Martin agrees with this, that none of this would have happened if we had paid more attention to Sarah.
More attention? You've paid too much.
God, please. But if you were a mother, you would understand. There's no such thing as too much.
Of course there is. How can you say that?
Let me continue.
I just disagree. Sarah's slept in your bed until she was what? 9?